So when life gives you lemons, what do you do with them? Well, you make a lemon mousse cake, of course. Well, at least I do. So I'm going to show you how to make a lemon mousse cake. This is a perfect cake for warm weather. It's light, it's airy, it's not tart where you're going to pucker up, but it's got a nice lemon flavor to it. If you don't like lemon, I feel badly for you. So anyways, I'm going to start. It's going to be done in a springform pan. This one happens to be an 8-inch diameter springform pan. You can make this in a 9 or 10 if that's all you have. You're just going to have a shorter cake. I may even have some mousse left over, but that's okay. I'll make little mousses out of them. So we're going to take this pan and we're going to lightly spray it with cooking spray. And we're going to set it aside. And now we're going to make a graham cracker crust. And I'm sure if you've made cheesecakes before, you know how to make a graham cracker crust. If you have it, this is how you make it. If you don't want to use graham crackers, you could use shortbread cookies or sugar cookies that you grind up in a food processor. We need 1 cup of the graham crackers, 3 tablespoons of sugar. You may have your own recipe. Really, the crust is up to you. Okay, and I'm just going to give that a little mix to get the sugar incorporated into the crumbs. And then lastly, we have 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Now, you want to make sure you get all of the crumbs moist, otherwise they're not going to stick very well in the bottom of the pan. And meanwhile, my oven is heating to 350 degrees, and what we're going to do is we're going to pre-bake this graham cracker crust for approximately 7 minutes. Then we're going to take it out of the oven, let it cool, and then we'll fill it when it's cool. While it's in the oven, we're going to make 2 things. We're going to make a lemon curd and a lemon mousse. All right, that's good. Let's put it in our pan. Get it all in there. And then we need to spread out our graham cracker crumbs. And I use my trusty measuring cup here just to pat them down. Okay, once they're pressed down, then into a 350 degree oven for 7 minutes. And while it's in the oven, I'll show you how to make the lemon curd. Now we need to make the lemon curd. So I'm getting some fresh lemon juice by using my little old-fashioned reamer, and I'm pouring it through a sieve, and I want 1 cup of lemon juice, and that's exactly what I have, and that was 4 large lemons. And now we're going to, I've got this heating up. We need a pot, and in the pot I'm going to put 2 1/3 cups of sugar, and I'm going to put 4 teaspoons of cornstarch. That's our thickener. Sometimes it sticks when I get it all out. And I'm going to just whisk that to combine it. Now I'm going to add the lemon juice. Nice and lemony. Let's give that a stir. Just to kind of combine it, give it a little head start. And now I have 4 whole eggs and 4 egg yolks. And I reserved the whites. We're going to need those.
Hi, I'm Liz Larson, back with some cake decorating basics. So I had a request for a first communion cake, or a cake that would work for Easter. So it's perfect timing, spring's coming. So today we're going to do a cross cake with calla lilies and a stargazer lily. Let's get started. We're going to start with the design, the spray on the top of the cross. And I just want to show that sometimes I actually sketch them out so I know where my placement is and how many flowers ahead of time. I encourage you to do that. It's a great way to lay out your design before you get started. So I've got a bag here just full of some green, just cut to a number 4 tip. And what I want to do is lay out the basic design here. What I'm going to do is start with a loose S. So I'm going to start in this corner and just drop my line, move to the other corner and back this way to create a loose S. That's basically my design. I want this to be the center of my design. It's really important to decide where your center is. Next, I've got my green. And I've got a number 352 leaf tip in here, but you could actually cut a parchment to get the same thing. You see, it's just a V. This is the foliage for my stargazers and my callas. So they're the foliage you see that's a long strip. So basically what I'm going to do is follow this line. I've got my bag stripped, so I've got some variegation of color. And I'm going to pull away from myself here to get that one. Make sure you get a nice tip on there. So there's my base. I want to pull out from there. And my next leaves are going to be progressively shorter and angle away. But I want to follow my same line. We'll do the same on this side. Now, if you're not so good at piping away from yourself, just simply turn your cake towards yourself. In fact, I would really recommend doing that. Okay? So now we've got our basic spray down. We want to pull a couple out to the other side, this way, and this. Now, we want to continue the theme of our cross and come out to the side. And this side. This is going to balance our spray and give a base for under our stargazer. Now, I'm going to leave it here with the leaves, but you can actually add a lot more if you wish. Okay, I've got my green bag again. And I want to just pull a couple more strands out this way with this, because I'm going to add some lily of the valley in here, and I want those down beforehand. So one there, maybe one here for balance, and maybe one here. Now don't be afraid to go on top of your foliage there, because we're building layers and layers. Next, we're going to do our callas. I'm going to start with my callas, and I want to mark them. So I want my tallest one here, my next one here, and my next one here. I'm going to mark on this side. Again, tallest one here. We're working in 3s, which gives us nice balance. Okay. Now before I start my callas, I want to do just these quick lily of the valley, which is just a little C shape there. The action that I'm using for my bag is just basically the same that I might use for a straight shell. Just a squeeze, let it build and release, squeeze, let it build and release. Next, we're going to start our callas. We're going to be basically parallel to our cake to start. Begin to squeeze and pull it around to our question mark. Now, I've got a ruffled edge there, which means that the end of my tip is not quite clean. So I'm going to wipe that.